Welcome to Billionaire and President Mysteries. The President of the United States is not only the nation's leader, but also its most prominent figure, influencing the lives of all American citizens. But have you ever wondered what lies behind the glittering public image and media spotlight? What secrets are hidden within the extravagant parties of US presidents? Why is it that almost no media outlets report on these secret parties? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on some of the most opulent and costly parties in the history of US presidents. And trust us, the final party on our list will leave you stunned. Our first subject in today's video is Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States. Admired and beloved worldwide, Obama is also one of the most fiercely criticized presidents when it comes to the tens of millions of dollars spent on his parties. As the first African-American president, Obama represented a beacon of hope and change. His presidency was marked by significant achievements, including the landmark Affordable Care Act, efforts to strengthen international alliances, and advocacy for civil rights. His eloquence, charisma, and dedication earned him a lasting legacy of compassion and leadership. Despite these accolades, Obama faced criticism for certain aspects of his personal life, particularly concerning the scale of some of his high-profile celebrations. One of the most notable events that drew criticism was his 60th birthday party, held on August 7, 2021, at his sprawling and luxurious estate in Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. This grand celebration was nothing short of spectacular, attended by over 400 guests from various spheres of influence, including well-known figures from politics, entertainment, and business. The guest list featured celebrities such as George Clooney, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Oprah Winfrey, who are themselves known for their high-profile lifestyles. The venue, Obama's estate, was transformed into an extravagant party setting, with large tents elegantly draped in silk and illuminated by countless twinkling lights. The outdoor area, set in a vast and beautifully landscaped garden, was adorned with rare and exotic flowers, including French roses and Chinese peonies, which added a touch of sophistication and romance to the ambiance. The event was designed to impress, with meticulous attention to detail in every element of the decor. The culinary offerings were equally impressive, showcasing a menu of high-end delicacies prepared by top chefs. Guests enjoyed a variety of luxurious dishes, such as succulent lobster, premium Wagyu beef, and rare beluga caviar. The selection of beverages included some of the finest wines and champagne, with price tags running into the millions. Dessert options were no less extravagant, featuring indulgent creations like dark chocolate mousse cake and delicate fresh fruit tarts. The financial outlay for this extravagant affair was estimated to be in the millions, covering not just the lavish decorations and high-end catering, but also extensive entertainment and security arrangements. The cost associated with such an event, especially during a time of economic uncertainty and ongoing public health concerns, added fuel to the criticism it received. The celebration was heavily scrutinized and faced severe backlash. Critics pointed out that hosting such a grand and opulent event during the COVID-19 pandemic seemed out of touch with the public's challenges, particularly as the federal government was emphasizing social distancing and limiting large gatherings. The event was viewed by some as a symbol of elitism, contrasting sharply with the hardships faced by many Americans during this period. Despite implementing various safety measures, including testing and social distancing protocols, the gathering was seen as a potential risk for spreading the virus and highlighting social inequalities. Post-presidency, Barack Obama has continued to face scrutiny over his considerable wealth. One of his most notable assets is his extensive estate in Martha's Vineyard, which spans an impressive 29,000 square feet. Purchased for approximately $11.75 million, this property boasts a stunning blend of luxurious architecture and state-of-the-art amenities, including a swimming pool, a tennis court, and an expansive outdoor entertainment area. The estate reflects the height of opulence, featuring meticulously landscaped grounds and an array of high-end features that cater to every possible comfort. In addition to the Martha's Vineyard estate, Obama and his family own a sophisticated high-end apartment in downtown Chicago, valued at around $5 million. This modern residence is equipped with top-of-the-line amenities, including a comprehensive sound system and floor-to-ceiling windows that offer breathtaking views of the city skyline. The Obamas also maintain a historic home in the prestigious Kalorama neighborhood of Washington, D.C., valued at approximately $8.1 million. This property is noted for its historical significance, spacious library, private gym, and tranquil garden, providing a serene retreat from the public eye. These properties and their associated costs have added to the ongoing discussion about wealth and privilege among former presidents, highlighting the complex balance between public service and personal affluence. Next up is the story of Donald Trump, a billionaire businessman and politician who became president in 2017. While Trump is no stranger to political controversy, there's a lesser-known side to his presidency. The extravagant parties that reportedly squandered tens of millions of taxpayer dollars. Known for his significant wealth, flamboyant style, and larger-than-life personality, Trump's presidency was marked by a combination of unorthodox approaches and traditional political strategies. One of the aspects that many people admire about him is his unabashed patriotism and his determination to protect America's interests. Trump's public persona is built around his willingness to challenge the status quo, whether it be by making bold statements, confronting political opponents, or engaging with other countries to defend American rights. This approach has crafted an image of a resolute leader who isn't afraid to face and tackle challenges head-on. Trump's straightforwardness and willingness to speak his mind have also earned him admiration from his supporters. His forthright manner, even when it leads to controversy, is seen by many as a refreshing contrast to the polished and often evasive rhetoric of traditional politicians. His approach has made him a symbol of change and reform in American politics, appealing to those who feel that the political establishment needed a significant overhaul. On New Year's Eve 2017, just a month after his inauguration, Donald Trump hosted an extraordinarily extravagant New Year's Eve party at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Known as the Resort of the Elite, Mar-a-Lago has long been one of Trump's favorite venues for hosting high-profile events and important gatherings. The lavish celebration was not just a party, but a grand display of Trump's wealth and opulent lifestyle, occurring shortly after a contentious and high-stakes election campaign. The New Year's Eve party in 2017 was a dazzling affair, attracting a guest list that included celebrities, political leaders, and family members. The atmosphere at Mar-a-Lago was one of high glamour and sophistication, perfectly aligning with the resort's reputation as a luxury destination. The menu for the evening was as lavish as the event itself. Guests were treated to a selection of luxurious dishes, including fresh seafood like lobster, king crab, and salmon in a white wine sauce, meticulously prepared Japanese Wagyu beef, and an assortment of fresh fruits and vegetables imported from various parts of the world. Desserts were equally extravagant, featuring intricately decorated cakes that were crafted with artistic precision by top pastry chefs. The food was prepared by renowned chefs from around the globe, and the cost of the menu alone was estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. This attention to culinary excellence underscored the opulence of the event and highlighted the high cost of hosting such a grand affair. To ensure the smooth operation of the party, hundreds of staff members were mobilized. This included servers, event managers, security personnel, and transportation staff, all dressed in elegant uniforms that complemented the party's opulent atmosphere. The logistics involved in managing such a large and extravagant event were substantial, further adding to the overall cost. Many critics argued that hosting such a costly celebration during a period when many Americans were experiencing financial hardship was both inappropriate and insensitive. The event was seen by some as a stark contrast to the realities faced by ordinary citizens, raising concerns about a perceived disconnect between Trump and the broader American public. There were accusations that Trump was using the presidency as a platform for personal and family gain, further fueling the debate. During his presidency, Trump's frequent trips to Mar-a-Lago also drew significant criticism. These trips were perceived by some as a misuse of public funds, with substantial expenditures required for security, logistics, and support services. Each visit to Mar-a-Lago necessitated a large-scale deployment of resources, including security personnel and transportation, which was estimated to cost millions of dollars over the course of his 4-year term. The frequent trips to Mar-a-Lago were seen as disruptive to the daily operations of the federal government. Each time the president left the White House, various agencies had to allocate significant resources to manage security and ensure that his itinerary was executed smoothly. This resource allocation had an impact on the government's workflow and operations, contributing to the overall perception of excessive spending. Many Americans expressed frustration that their tax dollars were being spent on personal benefits for the president rather than being allocated to crucial public services such as education, healthcare, or infrastructure. This sentiment was compounded by the perception that Trump's spending habits, both in terms of his personal lifestyle and official activities, were far higher than those of his predecessors. In addition to his frequent visits to Mar-a-Lago, Trump undertook several other journeys during his presidency, resulting in further expenditures of public funds. His overseas trips, including visits to countries like the UK, China, and Japan, required significant outlays on security, logistics, and support services. Each of these trips was estimated to cost several million dollars, adding to the overall expenses associated with his presidency. Moreover, flights on Air Force One, the president's specialized aircraft, incurred substantial costs. The operational cost per hour of Air Force One was estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, reflecting the high expenses associated with maintaining and operating the aircraft. Even while at the White House, Trump frequently used luxury services such as private helicopter transfers and other expensive modes of transportation. Each instance of using such services contributed to unnecessary costs in the public budget. Experts have noted that Trump's expenses for his presidential activities were significantly higher compared to those of his predecessors. This is partly attributed to Trump's preference for showcasing his lavish lifestyle and his willingness to utilize high-cost services. The extensive spending associated with his presidency has been a point of contention and discussion, highlighting the broader debate about the intersection of personal wealth and public service. The third figure in today's video is Bill Clinton, the 42nd President of the United States. Renowned for his talent and widely admired, Clinton, alongside his wife Hillary, faced intense criticism for their wasteful and unnecessary parties. Serving from 1993 to 2001, Clinton is celebrated for a number of significant achievements during his presidency, including economic reform, budget deficit reduction, and the signing of major trade agreements like NAFTA. His presidency is remembered for its economic prosperity and efforts to bridge political divides. Clinton's engaging communication style and his remarkable ability to connect with people helped restore optimism and trust in the political process. His charisma and relatability were instrumental in his re-election and in shaping a positive public perception of his leadership. After leaving office, Clinton continued to make an impact through the Clinton Foundation, which focuses on global health, economic development, and climate change. The Foundation's initiatives have been praised for their ambitious goals and the tangible benefits they have delivered in various parts of the world. Clinton's global initiatives and humanitarian efforts have earned him continued admiration and respect, reinforcing his legacy as a dedicated public servant. However, despite these commendable contributions, the lavish fundraising event held in 2012 casts a shadow over his post-presidency reputation. The event, which took place on October 12, 2012, was a high-profile fundraiser organized to support the Clinton Foundation's global initiatives. Hosted at a luxurious estate in the Hamptons, New York, the party was designed to attract substantial donations and raise awareness for the Foundation's ongoing humanitarian and development projects. The venue for this extravagant event was an expansive and opulent estate that reflected both grandeur and affluence. The interior was meticulously designed with high-end furnishings, and the outdoor spaces featured lush gardens and elegant decor. Fresh flowers, warm golden lighting, and sophisticated arrangements created an atmosphere of luxury and refinement. The guest list for the evening was equally impressive, featuring around 500 attendees, including many high-profile celebrities and wealthy individuals. Notable figures such as Leonardo DiCaprio, Oprah Winfrey, and leading business magnates were among the guests, adding to the event's allure and star power. The evening was filled with luxury, from the fine dining experience to the entertainment, with a menu that included some of the most exquisite and high-end dishes available. The total cost of organizing the event was estimated at approximately $2 million, covering every aspect from lavish decorations and gourmet catering to top-tier entertainment. Despite the noble cause behind the fundraiser, the event faced considerable criticism and opposition. Detractors argued that the opulence and extravagant spending of the party appeared to contradict the principles promoted by the Clinton Foundation, which aims to address global issues such as poverty and inequality. The juxtaposition of a high-cost, glamorous event with the Foundation's mission to aid disadvantaged populations was seen by some as inconsistent. Critics felt that the presence of celebrities and the overall expenditure overshadowed the charitable goals of the event, transforming what was intended to be a fundraising effort into a spectacle of excess. The criticism extended beyond the event itself to Clinton's lifestyle and spending habits after his presidency. Despite his reputation for advocating public service and global philanthropy, Clinton and his family have faced scrutiny for their considerable wealth and extravagant lifestyle. After leaving office, Clinton resided in an opulent estate in Kalorama, Washington, D.C., valued at around $8.1 million. This property features luxurious amenities and a spacious layout, reflecting the affluence that Clinton and his family enjoyed. In addition to the Kalorama residence, Clinton and Hillary Clinton own a lavish estate in the Hamptons, New York, valued at approximately $11 million. This estate is one of the couple's most significant assets and is known for its grand architecture and high-end features, including expansive living spaces, state-of-the-art facilities, and meticulously landscaped grounds. Clinton's car collection is another facet of his affluent lifestyle, including high-end models such as Cadillac and Lexus, known for their luxurious design and advanced features. These vehicles, while emblematic of his status and success, have contributed to the perception of extravagance surrounding the former president. The contrast between Clinton's public advocacy for global issues and his personal lifestyle choices has sparked debates about the appropriateness of his spending. Critics argue that the expenses associated with his post-presidency life, including the high-profile fundraising event and the luxury assets, seem at odds with the principles of humility and service that he espoused during his time in office. This juxtaposition has led to discussions about the balance between personal wealth and public service, as well as the broader implications of maintaining a high-profile lifestyle while advocating for social and economic reform. Finally, we turn to George W. Bush, the 43rd President of the United States, who served from 2001 to 2009. Known for his decisive efforts in combating terrorism and reforming education, Bush, too, could not escape public backlash for hosting parties deemed overly lavish and unnecessarily extravagant. His presidency was marked by his aggressive efforts to combat terrorism in the wake of the September 11th attacks, which led to the implementation of the War on Terror policy. This included significant military operations in Afghanistan and Iraq aimed at dismantling terrorist networks and addressing threats to national security. Additionally, Bush is recognized for his education reform efforts through the No Child Left Behind Act, which sought to improve educational standards and accountability across U.S. schools. Bush's presidency left a notable mark on both domestic and international fronts. His administration's focus on national security and education reform reflected his commitment to addressing pressing issues of the time. However, while his leadership style and policies were influential, his tenure was also accompanied by controversy and criticism. One such instance of criticism arose from the opulence of his 2001 inauguration party, which drew considerable public scrutiny. George W. Bush's inauguration party on January 20, 2001 was a grand affair designed to celebrate the beginning of his second presidential term. The festivities were held across multiple high-profile venues in Washington, D.C., including luxurious hotels and historic sites. This event was not merely a political milestone, but also a display of extravagance, reflecting the wealth and influence associated with the incoming administration. The party attracted a diverse and influential guest list, including key figures from politics, business, and entertainment. Notable attendees included Dick Cheney, who would go on to serve as vice president, as well as former presidents Bill Clinton and Jimmy Carter. The event also featured a host of celebrities, such as actor Tom Hanks and singer Aretha Franklin, whose performances added to the grandeur of the occasion. The opulence of the inauguration party was evident in every detail, from the elaborate decorations to the upscale food and beverages served. The event was catered by top chefs and included a selection of premium wines and champagne. The grandeur of the decorations and the luxurious catering underscored the extravagance of the event, which was estimated to cost several $1 million. Despite the festive atmosphere, the lavishness of the party was met with significant criticism. Many people felt that the substantial spending on the inauguration was inappropriate, given the social and economic context of the time. The US was grappling with budget issues and economic disparities, and critics argued that the extravagance of the event was out of touch with the realities faced by many Americans. The opulent celebrations were seen as a stark contrast to the challenges and financial struggles experienced by the broader public. The criticism extended beyond the perceived insensitivity of the spending to concerns about the disconnect between the celebratory nature of the event and the public service ethos expected of a president. Some felt that the lavish party did not align with the spirit of humility and service that a leader should embody. Instead, it highlighted a perceived lack of empathy and understanding of the economic and social conditions affecting ordinary citizens. Following his presidency, George W. Bush continued to enjoy a lifestyle marked by considerable wealth and luxury. One of his notable assets is the Crawford Ranch in Texas, valued at approximately $1 million. This expansive property, with its high-end amenities and sprawling grounds, serves as a retreat for Bush and his family, reflecting their continued affluence. Additionally, Bush owns a luxurious residence in Preston Hollow, Dallas, valued at around $2 million. This home features modern design and upscale amenities, further showcasing Bush's high-class lifestyle. Bush's car collection, which includes high-end models such as Cadillac and Lexus, is another aspect of his luxurious post-presidency life. These vehicles, known for their elegant design and premium features, add to the perception of affluence that surrounds the former president. In conclusion, many US presidents have faced criticism for their lavish parties, which often appear contradictory to American values and the economic realities of the time. As we look forward to future elections, it raises the question of who would be best suited to lead the country with a balanced approach to both personal and public responsibilities. So for the upcoming election term, who would you like to see as the next President of the United States? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our next exciting videos.